Do you ever feel overwhelmed by the ever-changing world of technology? Tech It Out can help make some sense of it all. Breaking down geek speak into street speak, technology columnist, author, and TV personality Mark Saltzman covers consumer technology each week for every listener. Mark tackles the latest news, reviews, and how-tos to help you understand what's hot, what's not, and why.
Hey everyone, welcome to Tech It Out, episode number 72. This is a weekly radio show and podcast that's meant to make some sense of tech in a language you can understand. Sure, if you're a geek like me, I hope you're tuning in as well, but I do want to bring everyone up to speed so no one's left behind. We have a great show planned for you this hour. In a moment from now, we'll learn about a basketball game for mobile devices that leverages the camera of your smartphone and uses augmented reality as well. We'll talk with SkyScanner this show on saving money on your holiday travel. Brian Kelly, a.k.a. the Points Guy, will chat with us about its Prizeo campaign tied to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. TransferWise stops by this hour to talk about sending money to loved ones through their app. And I'll share some gadget gift ideas now that we're in December. All right, let's kick things off with Tech It Out. 'Tis the season to travel, and chances are you'll have your phone with you while on planes, trains, or maybe in the passenger seat of a car while on a road trip. And how will you be using that device to help entertain you? Well, for millions, it'll be gaming. To learn more about a mobile basketball game called Big Shot and how it's leveraging augmented reality tech, we're joined on the line by Trevor Dirksen. He's the CEO of a.k.a. Digital. Welcome to the show, Trevor. Thanks for your time.
Thank you, Mark.
Now, before we talk about Big Shot, the game, tell us a bit about a.k.a. Digital. What's the company all about?
a.k.a. is a game publisher that really got its start in August of this year with the first game released to the App Store called Big Shot Basketball. It's the flagship game in a series of games that'll be released under the Big Shot title, other sports, entertainment titles, and esports titles. a.k.a. also includes a game developer called Mobile Vivo, and we've been developing games under the Mobile Vivo brand for other companies like ESPN, the Academy Awards, Sony, Cineplex, and others for several years now.
All right, so just to clarify to my listeners, a game publisher usually funds the game, so they pay for the game to be made and they distribute and market it, while a game developer are the folks who actually make the game. They do the coding and the animation and all that. So a.k.a. Digital is both. So it's both a publisher as well as the Mobile Vivo development side to it.
That's right. We've been building games and winning awards for several years for others, and that's been fun and great. And now we get to do some of the things that we haven't been able to do in the past and make some of our own bets in the marketplace.
All right. So with that in mind, tell us about your flagship game, Big Shot Basketball.
So Big Shot is Pokemon Go meets NBA. And instead of finding monsters, you find NBA athletes. And they can be in your neighborhood, they could be at your school, your office, they could be down at the basketball stadium or the hockey stadium. And of course, you've got to find the best players to score the most points. So every time you collect an NBA player, they now earn you points on the court. Even if you're not playing Big Shot today, LeBron James is, and he's earning you 3 points, defensive rebounds, and big points every time he's playing. Hopefully, if you're a Los Angeles Lakers fan anyway.
So for the Pokemon Go side of things, this is where it uses augmented reality, where you hold up your phone and you see the world around you through the lens of the camera, but superimposed on that real world is some digital information. So with Pokemon Go, it's a Pokemon character, a little creature, a fighter that you can catch and then use to fight other Pokemon with. And in your game, when you hold up the phone, wherever you may be, at a school, at home, in the park, it may look like there's an NBA player there.
That's right. And that NBA player can wear different jerseys. They can wear different sneakers and wear different team outfits. And some of those are free for the user. Some of those are paid. Some of those you have to play a bunch to earn your way to get the coolest set of sneakers.
Okay.
And in addition to seeing the NBA athlete, you've got your avatar in the game. And you've got, the ball cap that you like, the sneakers you like, and the T-shirt you like on. And now you can take a selfie. So unlike Pokemon Go, you meet the monster, and that's sort of the end of the augmented reality experience. In Big Shot, the augmented reality experience includes the ability to take a selfie with the NBA athlete in augmented reality. Your 3D models meet in the virtual world, superimposed on the real world, with all the clothes and fashions that you've selected. And now you can add filters, like Snapchat-like filters,
right,
about where you are and what team you played for, what the temperature is, stuff like that.
All right. So once you catch or meet these NBA stars, so this is obviously a license deal. These are the authentic likenesses of these players, but cartoony, correct?
Yeah, no, we're taking it. So yes, licensed insofar as all the data and the imagery. But what we're allowing the athletes to do, the NBA stars to do, is they can upload a selfie at any time they like by logging in into their accounts, and they'll replace a standard face on a 3D model with their own face, and we stretch that face across the 3D model, and they can change that every day. They can change that every month. They can upload. They can be goofy. They can do different things with their selfie. And whenever they do that, they unlock a special donate button that shows up in augmented reality that allows users to donate to the NBA players' charity. So we tried to make it a little more personal than just that standard 2D shot, and create a bit of engagement. I mean, it's not a real interaction. We're not meeting these people in the street. This isn't real. It's augmented reality. So we're trying to make it a little more authentic with the athletes engaging through their selfies.
Got it. Okay. And then when you do meet these players, do you actually play basketball in this game?
So what you do after you've met the players, you've drafted them to your roster. So you've got a Big Shot roster now, and a number of things can happen from there. And it depends on what level you've unlocked and how much you've played the game, and what special features. We have celebrities built into the game that unlock special challenges and special features. The main part of the game currently is to play a fantasy-like game where you earn points when the athlete scores points or makes defensive rebounds or assists or 3-pointers. So we've got automatically entered challenges. So without doing any extra work, you've drafted the players, you're automatically entered into challenges. We call it an all-play challenge, where you're earning points all the time for your rosters, your Big Shot roster's performance. Or you can manually select 3 players for the 3-player challenge, and that's a daily challenge. So if today happens to be Tuesday, and you've entered 3 players into Tuesday's 3-point challenge, you can win the day by selecting the 3 top players. If they do well on the court, you end up winning the day for that challenge. And there's really dozens of challenges as part of the app, including some basketball-like games, some mini games that allow you to shoot a basket or build a streak or do different more twitchy-like games. But it's not an Electronic Arts 2K type of game where you're actually playing basketball.
Okay, and this is what I wanted to clarify. So you're not actually playing a game with the players on the court like you would an NBA 2K basketball game or NBA Live or anything like that. So there are some mini games where you might use your fingertip to flick some hoops and things like that.
Exactly. We just announced yesterday a game called Swish, which is a mini game. And the reason you need to play Swish is because the more points you earn, the more special features you unlock. So it's important. These mini games will help you unlock meeting other celebrities, getting special features unlocked for the game.
Okay, got it. And then just as we wrap up, Trevor, just to clarify, what happens in this game, this app called Big Shot Basketball from ePlay Digital, it is tied to what the real players and teams do in the NBA? I mean, there is a connection between the real world game and the app?
Absolutely. On-court performance really dictates, other than, let's say, a mini game like Swish, on-court performance really dictates the number of points you earn.
Okay.
And so your ability to first you have to discover the best players in the league, and there's tips and tricks from celebrities and sports broadcasters in the game to help you do that. And then they have to do well on the court for you to maximize your points. In the future, we might we're considering adding a Legend series where we bring back retired players. And we, people want to meet retired. They want to meet Michael Jordan. They want to meet Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, whoever they want to meet, retired players, and they could be introduced into the game. And what we've thought about for that, although nothing decided yet, is that they would play random games from the past. But their on-court performance, whether it's tonight or maybe sometime in the past with the Legend series, is a key component for Big Shot.
Okay, got it. And then finally, Trevor, what platforms is Big Shot Basketball available for, and where can we learn more about the game?
You can learn more at bigshotar.com. It's available in the Apple iTunes store and will be available on Android soon.
All right, Trevor Dirksen, CEO of ePlay Digital. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Mark.
Before we continue on with the show, a shout out to my awesome sponsor, ASUS. ASUS creates technology for today and tomorrow's smart life. For those in search of incredible, visit asus.com/US/radio for more info. That's asus.com/US/radio to check out all their laptops, desktops, smartwatches, smartphones, tablets, and much, much more. We'll be right back when we chat with SkyScanner. Stay with us.
Listen to Check It Out whenever you want. Find the Check It Out podcast at iTunes or wherever you get your podcasts.
Welcome back to Tech It Out on the Radio America Network. 'Tis the season for holiday travel, but how do you know you're getting the best possible price? How would you feel, for example, if the person right beside you on the same flight paid $150 less for their seat? Well, SkyScanner is a travel fare aggregator website and app and search engine that claims to help you find the best deal on flights, hotels, and car rentals. Joining us to talk about SkyScanner, how it works, who it's for, and to share some travel tips, we've got Marissa Hills on the line. She's a market growth lead at SkyScanner. Welcome to the show, Marissa.
Hi, Mark. How are you?
I'm great. How about yourself?
Doing well. Thank you for having me.
And thank you for carving out some time to chat. For those who haven't yet heard of SkyScanner, can you tell us a bit about the company?
Yes, I'd love to. SkyScanner is an online meta search site. So we offer free and unbiased flight, hotel, and car rental options to over 80 million travelers around the world who trust us each month to help them find their next trip.
Okay, meta search engine. How is that different than a regular search engine like Google or Bing?
Unlike other travel sites that you're used to, SkyScanner as a meta search site searches hundreds of airlines, hotels, car rentals, and online travel agency websites in literally seconds to bring all of the options into one place. And with this, we work with over 1,200 global partners to make this happen. Another way to think of us is that we're a one-stop shop comparison website. We believe this makes booking travel easier because it helps our users find the best deal available.
All right, so a meta search engine includes other search engines behind the scenes. So you type what you're looking for, and it scours through all these other sites and engines as well. That's basically how it works. So as you said, it's a one-stop shop. You just go to the SkyScanner website or the app, and that's all you need to get the lowest price on what you're looking for.
Exactly.
So walk us through how it works. So let's say someone listening right now wants to travel from New York to Los Angeles on December the 23rd to be with her family for Christmas Eve. How do we get going? What's the next step?
As mentioned, when travelers input their desired flight or hotel destination or even their car rental pickup, the first thing they'll notice is that we're scanning literally hundreds of travel options. So we're filtering by common preferences like the cost, the duration, or even the time that we're looking to travel. Once you're ready to book, SkyScanner redirects the traveler to our partner site to complete their booking. There are no hidden fees or higher costs from doing this. In fact, you'll find the same price on the SkyScanner website as you will directly on the airline, hotel, or car rental site. At SkyScanner, we are never charging a service fee to our users. Okay,
so there's no service fee, and the price that you see, it is from another place. It's just that you start at SkyScanner. Like it's like a third party in a way, right? Like it could be the best deal is from United or Air Canada or another airline third party site, right? But you just start at SkyScanner.
Yes. And I think something to probably call in at this point is our founder, Gareth Williams. This idea kind of came in place back in 2003 because he was an engineer who loved and was just an avid skier. So he wanted to really find a way to pull in all of these different prices into one place. And this was really how SkyScanner was born. And it initially started really just as a simple Excel spreadsheet. So since then, we've really grown into this aggregator that has pulled in all of these different pricings for our users.
Got it. We're chatting with Marissa Hills. She's a market growth lead at SkyScanner, a very popular website and app to find deals on travel. You know, I've been doing this manually, Marissa. So there are sites that I use to, for example, car rentals. I'm going to Vancouver soon. So I went to Avis and I found that it was going to cost me $61 a day to rent the same vehicle that was $38 on budget. But I had to manually look for that difference and type in where, you know, the city I'm going to and the kind of vehicle I wanted. And I found that discrepancy and then jumped on the less expensive one. You just need to go to SkyScanner to that one place. And then that's how you're going to find the lowest rates when you type in your criteria. That's essentially how it works.
Exactly. And as I mentioned earlier, we work with 1,200 global partners. So we really have the coverage around the world to be able to serve you the cheapest price.
Now, it's not always about the cheapest price, as you mentioned earlier. There's other things that are important to you, like with travel, like how many stops is that plane going to take and what hours and what airline. Like you may have like a frequent flyer number with one airline and you want to stick with them. So you can type in that information so you only fly with that one airline that you want, that kind of thing, correct?
Yeah, and I think that it's worth mentioning that we're travelers too at SkyScanner. So we really try to build products and services that will help our travelers find these unbelievable vacation deals. So we're trying to customize to our users as much as possible.
Okay. As we wrap up here, Marissa, are there any tips that you've got for travelers, maybe on leveraging mobile devices or any other tips and tricks that you could suggest generically?
I would just say that whether you have an unlimited budget or set amount that you're willing to spend on your next trip, we at SkyScanner really believe in giving travelers all the choices and helping them make informed decisions. So we don't have any hidden fees or we don't charge commissions, and we'll never use cookies to alter our pricing. I think as far as tips go, something that might be interesting is we find that in the U.S. and in Canada, that typically booking 4 to 5 weeks out from your desired time of travel will kind of get you the best bang for your buck.
So don't wait to the last minute, because I think the opposite is what many people do. They think, oh, I'm going to get a good deal because that airline is like left without a couple of seats and they want to fill it up. So they'll have a fire sale. That's not the case.
No.
Okay. Awesome. All right. So SkyScanner, it's a free app, or you just go to the website, skyscanner.com, and then you start right away, or do you need to register or anything? I know it's free to use, but you have to sign up for an account. Nope.
Just go right in and do your search for your next trip.
Okay. Marissa Hills, thank you very much for your time and happy holidays to you.
Thank you. Same to you.
Speaking of the holidays, we are going to chat with TransferWise when we return on Tech It Out. They have a popular app that's used to send money overseas, and they cost a lot less than some of the other players. We'll learn how when we return.
Want to follow Mark? Google him. Mark with a C and Saltzman with a Z. Breaking down geek speak into street speak. This is Tech It Out. Tech It Out with technology columnist, author, and TV personality Mark Saltzman.
Welcome back to Tech It Out. While many of us exchange gifts with family, friends, and maybe colleagues over the holiday season, there are many of us who will send money to loved ones, maybe even overseas, as gifts this time of year. And in case you haven't heard of them, TransferWise is billed as a safe and easy alternative to gifting money during the holiday season, as it's conveniently fast and secure and can be done right from your smartphone. Joining us on the line to tell us more is Andrew Boyajian. He is the head of banking at TransferWise, based in New York. Welcome to the show, Andrew.
Thanks for having us, Mark.
Pleasure. So let's just start at a high level. Tell us about TransferWise.
Great. So you already hit on some of the best tenets about TransferWise, mainly that it is a safe and easy way to send money overseas. TransferWise began about 7 years ago when our two co-founders had a problem in sending money back and forth between the UK and Estonia. Most notably, it was very expensive. They didn't know where their money was, and they weren't seeing the actual exchange rate. They decided then to create a service that answered those three issues. And that's how TransferWise was born. They used the mid-market rate without padding it with any additional fees. They use local payment rails, so the payment is not lost in a correspondent banking chain. And it's very transparent in that we give you our fees and the FX rate upfront before you even begin a transfer. And the best part about it, too, is that it's all digital, so you can do it whenever and wherever you want.
Just going back on something you said, Andrew, is it designed primarily to send cash, or digital cash that is, to another country overseas? Or can somebody use TransferWise to digitally send money within, for example, the US or Canada?
So TransferWise began with a focus on cross-border payments. So that's really the idea of sending money overseas. As we've evolved as a company, we now offer a brand new service, which we call Borderless. Borderless allows you to have local account details and hold balances. So you can actually look at payments back and forth in the same currency from your balance within TransferWise.
Okay, got it. So with that in mind, how does TransferWise compare to other digital payment platforms like, say, Venmo or PayPal?
Fantastic question. So TransferWise is a little bit different in the sense that we do focus on money transmission, especially overseas. So we have a huge global coverage, and that's automatically different than what you would see with something like Venmo, which is only domestic. As far as PayPal goes, I think one of the biggest differences that you'll find between TransferWise and PayPal relates to our actual fees. So TransferWise generally charges less than 1% for transactions. And with PayPal, it's usually going to be around 3 to 4% for their international transactions. And again, that's just their fee, as they're calling it. There might be some additional fees that aren't really disclosed within the foreign exchange rate that they're using.
Oh, interesting. I know that they tend to cost less than, say, credit cards or so. But on the flip side, PayPal can be used like digital currency to purchase something online as well. Whereas with TransferWise, it's just to send money from one person to another, not to be used as currency for a retailer, correct?
So I think that that's a really interesting question because one point to make clear is that PayPal is obviously not a digital currency. It is a payment service provider. So you are still using your regular currency. You're just using it in an online fashion. And you can use TransferWise in a very similar fashion as well. So you could look to complete a payment on a retailer overseas by sending them money through TransferWise. So it has very, very broad similarities then to how you might engage with PayPal.
We're chatting with Andrew Boyajian. He's the head of banking at TransferWise. We're talking about this digital solution for mobile users. Is there a web version as well, or do you need a smartphone and the app, the TransferWise app, in order to send or receive the payment?
So TransferWise is available on both desktop as well as mobile. So whatever is most convenient for you, that's what you can go to. So some of our customers like doing financial transactions or sending money from a laptop because it seems a little bit more serious, more sort of official, and they can sit down and prepare to do it. Other customers that we have like to do a money transfer on the go. So for them, a mobile app is absolutely perfect. The most important thing to understand is that your recipient does not need to have a TransferWise account. They don't need to have the app. It's only you as the sender in order to use our service that you would either use our website or our mobile app.
So, Andrew, you were saying that it's 1%, which is an aggressively low amount for TransferWise to take off the transaction. Is that taken off the sender's amount or the recipient's, or how does that work exactly?
Yeah, so TransferWise is generally less than 1%. Our fee will differ depending on the currency routes, but we do aim for it to be as low as possible because generally we believe in an ideal world that sending money should be free or as close to free as possible. So how the mechanics do work is, again, relating to transparency, we want to tell the sender exactly how much money they're being charged, exactly what the fee is, and exactly how much the recipient is going to get. So in that light, we actually calculate our fee as part of the amount that the sender is sending, so it's not going to be deducted from the recipient. So if you want to make sure that, especially for the holidays, that if you want to give a gift of, let's say, $500, you can make sure that $500 is going to arrive and not anything less.
All right. So using that as an example, if I sent someone $500, then it would be very clear to me as the sender that it would really cost me, say, $504 or something, but the recipient gets that $500.
that's spot on.
Okay, got it. Cool. And I understand you've had quite a bit of success with TransferWise. It's been used by over, 4 million people already around the world, and it's offered in about 70 plus countries?
It has. Thanks so much for mentioning that. So we actually have over 4 million people who are using TransferWise around the world. And when they use it, they're transferring around $4 billion every month. And that ends up saving them about $4 million a day compared to making the same transaction with a typical bank. And it's all part then of what we think of as our mission here at TransferWise, which is to create a better, easier, faster, and cheaper way to send money around the world.
Okay, and then the website is at simply transferwise.com to learn more about it, and then the app is available both at the App Store for iOS devices and Google Play for Android, right?
Exactly.
All right, transferwise.com. Andrew Buyajin, head of banking at the company. Thank you very much for your time, and happy holidays to you.
Happy holidays to you and yours too, Mark. Take care.
Thank you. Thanks. All right, if you haven't noticed, we're talking a lot about holidays this show and how to save money. We spoke earlier with SkyScanner about traveling, and then just now TransferWise. When we return, we're going to chat with the points guy, Brian Kelly, about this new Prizeo campaign tied to donating your air miles, again, speaking of travel, to the Make-A-Wish Foundation, which is pretty awesome. So hang tight for that when we return on Tech It Out. A big thank you to ASUS. The show is powered by them. In search of incredible asus.com/US/radio to learn more. We'll be right back with Brian Kelly when we return.
Breaking down geek speak into street speak. Check it out. Hosted by Mark Saltzman.
You're listening to Tech It Out. Welcome back. If you could travel anywhere in the world, where would it be? The sky's the limit, literally, with Brian Kelly's new Prizeo campaign. Brian, a.k.a. the points guy, has partnered with United Airlines, whose support has already provided thousands of what's called trips that transform to Wish kids and their families. And this time, they're giving away 1 million United Airlines Mileage Plus miles for your own trip that transforms. Joining us on the line to explain is Brian Kelly. Welcome to the show, Brian.
Thanks for having me.
Sure thing. So, Brian, tell us a bit about yourself and what's going on here.
So, I started thepointsguy.com about 8 years ago as a blog to help share travel tips with friends and family. And it's kind of grown out of my wildest dreams. We've got about 7 million readers and a staff of 50 writers. And, we cover everything from the top travel news to how to maximize credit card points and frequent flyer miles. So you could say that I'm kind of the world's expert in frequent flyer miles. And one of my favorite ways to use miles is to help charities, and Make-A-Wish is one of the charities that needs travel help the most.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And I know that out of the more than 15,000 wishes that were fulfilled last year by Make-A-Wish in the U.S., about 77% required some sort of travel. So with that in mind, Make-A-Wish launched this hashtag Trips That Transform. It's a campaign to celebrate all of its travel partners by sharing stories of wishes that they helped come true. So how do you fall into that? Did you first donate your own, or did you write about this at the Points Guy blog, or how did you get involved?
Yep. So a couple years ago, they approached us, and we help them. Every August is their airline transfer partner, where people can donate their own frequent flyer miles, as little as 100 miles. So we helped our readers donate millions and millions of miles. And we did a Prizeo campaign earlier this year with another organization where I donated a $500,000 of my frequent flyer miles, and we ended up raising $200,000 through Prizeo, which is a platform where grassroots donations where you can buy a chance to win a bigger prize. So we saw the power of social media and giving out one big prize, but getting a lot of money for it. $500,000 frequent flyer miles is only worth maybe $5,000 to $10,000. So instead of just giving the charity $5,000 to $10,000, we ended up raising $200,000 by selling chances to win that prize. So we decided to do the same thing. United Airlines had 1 million miles, and that could get a bunch of flights for kids. But instead, we turned it into this whole campaign where we're hoping to raise, once again, well over $200,000 for Make-A-Wish. And along the way, giving people the chance to win amazing prizes, we're having TPG Awards on December 4th in New York with BB Rexa, and people can buy tables to that and to sit with me, which someone just did for $10,000.
Wow.
And at the end of it, we kind of make it an exciting, for our last campaign, people were paying $500 to come in and play with the office dogs at the Point Sky. So it always shocks me, what people will do, in the name of charity.
We're chatting with Brian Kelly. He's the Points guy, and we're talking about this Trips That Transform campaign with Make-A-Wish America and United Airlines, of course. And let's talk now specifically about what you're looking to do. Now, you told us the cash amount. That's the goal, as well as 1 million United Airlines mileage plus miles. So where are you at in the campaign? How can our listeners get involved?
Well, we've raised over $155,000 that will directly go towards Make-A-Wish, and we're hoping to really juice it up towards the end and to get over that $200,000 mark. It would go a huge way with Make-A-Wish. They have more wishes than ever that they want to grant. And even though they have amazing partners like Disney World, where it's the number one wish destination, they need ways to get people there. And a lot of airlines do help them, but sometimes the smaller airlines, they've got to just buy airfare and hotels. So this money will truly change the lives of hundreds of kids.
All right. So for a call to action, what could our listeners do specifically to get involved?
So you can go to Prizeo.com/thepointsguy, and you'll be able to buy as little as $10, a chance to win that grand prize. And by the way, if you win the 1 million miles, you'll also get access to me. So I will help you stretch the value of those miles, plan multiple amazing trips. And there's also other different prize levels if you donate at the $100 and up level. So there's a lot of different ways to get involved. There's merchandise that you can get. So it makes a great holiday gift saying, hey, look, I made a donation in your name, and you get this great T-shirt or sweatshirt. So, really, I would just encourage people to be as generous as possible because the kids of Make-A-Wish need these funds.
All right. So simply go to the website, thepointsguy.com. Is that right?
Prizeo. Well, you can always go to thepointsguy.com to get, great travel info, but go to Prizeo, Prizeo.com/thepointsguy. And on Giving Tuesday, we're actually going to have a flash sweeps where we're going to be giving away $5,000 in Lyft credit that day to one lucky person who donates.
And Brian, by the way, how did you come up with 500,000 miles that you could just donate? Do you travel that much in your line of work?
I travel a ton, and then we also put I've got about 50 employees, and we put all of their travel on my credit card. So, and we advertise on Facebook. So I actually make millions of miles a month, and luckily we're able to put that towards charity.
One quick last question: if you had to choose a credit card to give you the best bang for your buck when it comes to travel rewards and air miles, what one would it be?
Well, right now it's a no-brainer. The Capital One Venture Card just came out with a 75,000 point bonus, and now those venture miles you can transfer to airlines as well. So, we've got all the scoop on that deal at thepointsguy.com/venture.
There you go. What's in your wallet? Brian Kelly, thanks so much for your time. Brian, the Points Guy.
Thanks for having me, and safe travels, Mark.
Thank you. Cheers. When we return on Tech It Out, I'll share some great gadgets just ahead of the holiday season. Stay with us.
Follow Mark Saltzman on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. Listen to Tech It Out whenever you want.
I wanted to spend a few minutes talking about some recommended gadgets, some great gift ideas that I showed on TV quite a bit last week, with a range of prices, a range of brands, and for varying tastes as well. So if you're shopping for a book lover, the Kobo Forma is the top-of-the-line e-reader that you're going to want. It is, without question, the best of the best. It's waterproof, so you can slip into a bath, take it to the beach or by the pool. It not only has a backlight, but an anti-blue light filter. So you could read it in bed without disturbing your significant other, but it won't keep you up either. It'll let your body create the melatonin you need to feel tired. It's got a very thin and light body. It's the largest and lightest 8-inch e-reader on the planet. You can borrow books for free from your local library and a lot more. That's the Kobo Forma for $279. The Acer Spin 5, starting at $850, is a thin and light and versatile 13-inch 2-in-1 laptop and tablet. It's a hybrid. A 2-in-1, of course, is a laptop when you need it and a tablet when you want it. The screen, that 13-inch screen, is on a 360-degree hinge, so you can bend it back all the way, put it on your lap, and then now use your fingertips to swipe through Netflix or play games or what have you. A lot of power under the hood as well. It's got an Intel processor and over 13 hours of battery life, which is awesome. That's the Acer Spin 5. The ViewSonic VX3258 computer monitor gives you a lot of bang for the buck. It's a 32-inch curved gaming monitor for games like Fortnite or what have you, because it's got 144 hertz refresh rates under the hood, so it can keep up with that fast action, so there's no lag or latency when you're playing online. Similarly, there's AMD FreeSync technology in the monitor as well. But again, at 32 inches, you've got so much real estate to play with. If you're using it by day, you can multitask, you can have several windows open at the same time. By night, it is that beautiful 32-inch and curved gaming monitor with all that power to keep up with the action. So it's $399 for that ViewSonic VX3258 2K curved monitor. Staying with gaming for a moment, the PlayStation 4 for $299 is the number one selling console worldwide, and for good reason. It has so many good games to it. Some of them are exclusive, like Marvel's Spider-Man is so fun, and even the late Stan Lee, rest in peace, he makes a cameo in this game. There's God of War. There's so many exclusives that are worth it. Plus, they have all the other big third-party games that you want. Of course, there's a Blu-ray player. You can stream Netflix in 4K and all this other great stuff. So it's on sale for $299 leading up to the holidays for the PlayStation 4. Going on to printers, the Epson EcoTank series of printers. Specifically, I showed the ET2750. These are all-in-one printer, scanner, and copiers with ink that lasts up to 2 years out of the box. So that's up to 6,500 black pages or up to 5,200 color pages. So then when it is time to replace the ink, it's inexpensive bottles, under $20 a pop, instead of expensive cartridges that you need to replace, always at the most inopportune times. So it's a great all-in-one printer, scanner, copier. It's wireless, so you can print from a phone, tablet, laptop, or desktop. And again, it's a great idea that you don't have to run out to buy ink so often. You'll get a couple of years out of this. It's the ET2750 Epson EcoTank for $229. The second last product is Samsung's The Frame TV, starting at $11.99 for the 43 inches, but it goes all the way up to 65. This is a gorgeous 4K TV that when you're not watching television or movies or sports or playing games on it, it has beautiful artwork that is displayed. So when it's mounted to your wall, and you do get the no-gap wall mount with it, it can display up to 850 pieces of beautiful high-resolution artwork. Plus, on top of that, when you buy the TV, you get your choice of one of the frames that go around the outside of the TV to really make it look like a picture frame. There's different colors like white and black or a wooden color that magnetically attaches to the outside of the TV. But it is a gorgeous 4K TV as well, and it has a sensor that knows when you walk in the room, it'll turn itself on, or you could set this if you don't want it, by the way, but when you walk away, it can turn itself off. So it's very smart. That's the Frame TV from Samsung. And then finally, Ancestry DNA, those trendy DNA kits on sale for $59. You can unlock your family history with your saliva. You provide it in a tube, send it off to be processed. You get it back, and it unlocks your history. It shows your family's background on a map up to 1,000 years. You can also reach out to relatives if you like. It's got more than 10 million people in the database and over 350 regions around the world. So very accurate because it pools from so many people. Awesome. That's the Ancestry DNA kit on sale for $59 leading up to the holidays. Well, there you have it. That's this week's Tech It Out show. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please feel free to tell friends, family, or colleagues to subscribe to the podcast version of the show if you don't get it locally on your favorite local radio station. And I do want to end off by thanking my sponsor one last time. Tech It Out is powered by ASUS, creating technology for today and tomorrow's smart life. ASUS, for those in search of incredible. Visit asus.com/US/radio for more info. That's asus.com/US/radio. I'm wishing you all a great rest of your weekend, everyone. We'll speak with you next time on Tech It Out. Bye-bye for now.